Indian Head Massage by Melissa. ASMR Massage. I begin by placing both hands on each side of the head and doing some shampooing all over the head, stimulating the blood to the scalp, creating some invigorating touches and movements. Shaking the hands around, really connecting to the scalp. Then on both sides, I squeeze my hands together and raise them up, separating from the head. Placing one on the forehead, one on the back of the head again. Squeeze them together and raise them up. Then just combing the fingers through the hair. Go from the right to the left. Back to the right, to behind, and shampoo again. Working on the back of the scalp, and then the top. Just letting the fingers go back and forth. Going all the way down to the ear, up to the top, down to the other ear, again back up to the top, doing some karate chopping, turning the hands on the side, using the little fingers as contact with the scalp. Do a vigorous exchange with each of the hands and use that movement all over the scalp. Making contact with the forehead, I swipe it with my hands, go behind the ears, down the back of the head. Very smooth movement. Staying at the temples a little bit, I rub circles. Then I work on the forehead. Draw vertical lines, starting at the center, going out to each edge. Then do some hair pulling. Squeeze the hair. Get some in my fingers and just a nice gentle tug. Then just pressing in with my fingers, my hands. And doing some more gentle strokes with the palm of my hand. Working from one ear to the top of the head, to the other ear, back to the top of the head, to the ear, to the top, other ear, to the top, to the ear, to the top, to the ear. Doing some cupping, some soft cupping. Go over the head. All around, just cupping and tapping. Then doing some hair plucking, just barely grasping the hair, pull away. Do this quickly, exchanging one hand with the other. And doing little detailed plucks all over the head. Short little plucks, just using the fingers. And going around the circles, I rub the head. Smoothing out the hair and the scalp. Then I go back to shampooing, but this time nice, smooth, not hurried strokes. Pushing the fingers out, away from the palm and bringing them together while maintaining contact with the scalp. Then put one hand on one side, the other hand on the other side. I bring them together, interlocking the fingers. Then I bring them up and release. And do that several times. Interlock and release. Interlock and release. Then I do a little bit of patting and swiping. Before I work a little bit harder and more intentional. Starting at the base of the head with my fingers, I push up with my fingers. Maintaining very close contact and pull up. And working with my thumbs and the tips of my fingers, I drag them over the head, working systematically and in arcs. First on the top with the fingers and then the back with the thumbs. Small arcs all over the head. And again, smooth everything out. Do little friction circles. Just little friction circles randomly all over the scalp. Going back to stimulating motion. Making sure to get behind the ear and the back of the head as well as the top. Then moving over so I can work on the other side of the head. Doing the little circles with my right hand as I steady the head with my left. Going back to some smoothing strokes. Begin to scratch the head very gently. Working through the hair. Little short scratches go to grasps. Just little grasps all over the scalp. Opening and closing the hands. Just grasp. 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 Little fast, vibrant glasses. Then I do some hand and finger shakes. Very quickly moving the fingers. Keeping them light and flexible. Like they're very fast wiper blades. Going back and forth. Do some more cupping. To move from using the fingertips to again the whole hand. And slowing down considerably. Draw lines, starting at the hairline. I go all the way back to the neck. I move closer and closer to the ear with each stroke. Then work on the other side of the head, starting at the top, and with each stroke I get closer and closer to the ear. Then working specifically on the forehead. Stretch it out. Pull, starting above the eyebrows with both hands. Go towards the top of the ears. pulling the fingers across the forehead, over the ears, to the back of the head. Do this several times. Then working on the eyebrows, I do little squeezes across the eyebrows, stimulating all the nerves, relaxing, pulling at the same time. Working just a little bit more with the eyebrows. Taking them across. Continue the shape. Then I work on the sinuses a bit. Holding and then releasing just above the eyes, and bring it back to behind the ears, helping it drain and relieve tension. And do this several times. And cross the forehead again. Going over the scalp. Using slow, steady motion. Then alternating hands, and then bringing them together, placing them on each side of the head. Grasp, bring together, and then I release. Together and release. Together and release. Together, release. Together and release. Then begin to work back down the head, working my way closer to the neck and the shoulders. And I end. Special thanks to my top patrons who made this possible: Matt Basta, Becky Cairns, and John Bates. You guys are awesome.